Right, so stellarblade on the PS5 Pro. This is a Pro enhanced game, so I want to take a look at it and see how it compares to the base PS5 game. So let's go into settings and have a look what we got on display. So we've got HDR turned on, obviously. This is going to make it look a lot better. And display settings, going to leave that all as standard, basically 50-50-50. If your display or monitor is set up properly, then you shouldn't really have to adjust those things. All right, so we got prioritize performance, which says prioritizes frame rate. So better frame rate at the cost of slightly crisper graphics. Fair enough. Balanced mode, balanced resolution and frame rate. That is going to offer a combination of both. Prioritize resolution prioritizes resolution and quality at the cost of a frame rate. I'm not a fan of that myself, but we'll take a quick look at it anyway. And then we've got, interestingly, two different Pro options here. We have the basic Pro option, PlayStation 5 console, utilizing PSSR for superior quality. I'll be taking a look at that quite closely to look at if we see if we've got any of that PSSR shimmer going on that can plague some games. But it's not really a fault with PSSR. I think it's the implementation of it, because PSSR looks stunning in some games and then not so good in some others. As if some people just turn it on and think that's all they got to do and it'll just be magically better. It's not actually how it works. And we have a Pro Max mode as well. Enhanced prioritized resolution mode, optimized for the PS5 Pro. This mode provides a higher frame rate. And I'm going to turn on HFR mode for this as well when I use these two modes here, because if you've got a PS5 Pro, you can have HFR mode. Utilize your display's 120Hz refresh rate and variable refresh rate to minimize input lag and enhance frame rate performance. Please note you can only use this feature if the following requirements are met: a display that supports 120Hz output and a PS5 console with the screen and video set to 120Hz output. HFR mode is only available on the PS5 Pro console when either Pro or Pro Max graphics mode is enabled. So let's start off with prioritize performance and take a look at that. Right, so I've skipped past the dramatic opening cinematic sequence for benefit of people that haven't actually played the game yet, but yeah, let's dive straight in. Let's get out of this hatch first. Come on. But the opening sequence is really good.
Hatch. Come on. Come on.
It's not working. But luckily we're about to be saved.
Tacky. Eve, are you alright? This place is
Right, so this is in effectively PS5 mode still at the moment. This graphics choice. Wow. Right, so into the main part of the game now, just to show where we are on the graphics side of things. On the display, we are in prioritized performance to start with. This is prioritizing frame rate over crisper graphics, and it's effectively on the standard PS5. So you have to get past a couple of battles just to stop them attacking while we're trying to look at the graphics and the differences and things like that, just to bash these things out of the way. Be gone, foul spawn! Right, and now so a little bit of a look around. So let's go back to a familiar spot where we can see some different things like puddles and...
Don't go too far.
Oh, she's saying don't go too far. Getting moaned out already. So around about here we'll do. Let's have a little look around. The frame rate's good. Very crisp. Smooth frame rate. Feels very sharp. And the graphics are nice. Not seen anything particularly wrong with the graphics. Let's stay in the same spot and then let's change the priority to something else. Alright, so let's go to settings, display. Now let's pick balance mode. There's nothing wrong with that. That prioritized performance did look quite nice. But we'll also try and see the difference if we jump straight from a balanced mode to Pro Max in a minute as well. So we'll go to balanced mode next and see what that looks like. No, it's hard to tell without doing an exact side by side, but it does look like there's a slight improvement in overall crispness. This would be probably difficult to see in a YouTube video because it does compress the footage and it never looks quite as good as it does in real life. But yeah, this looks really, really good. And the frame rate is super smooth, and I love that metallic effect on her suit, which is very nice indeed. So yeah, let's just move around a little bit, but I will return to that same spot so we can compare like for like places. Let's now go to, still in PS5 mode effectively. Let's take a look now at prioritized resolution. No, I'm not going to like this because I don't like it when the frame rate isn't 60 frames a second, at least in games like this. So it looks good. Standing still is definitely a teeny bit sharper than what we were looking at a minute ago, but as soon as you start moving, for me, it's just not good enough for this kind of game, and there's absolutely no way I will be using this mode. I'll be absolutely using the balanced mode if I had a PlayStation 5. So let's change that again, but it does look really crisp. It's definitely a little bit crisper than the performance mode. If we go directly back to that, it may show up in the video, may not, because of the way YouTube, like I say, does compress things. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit softer than this, but I'd much rather have that than that jerky frame rate. This is much nicer like this. But overall, balanced mode was the way to go with this. But let's now take a look at the PS5 Pro modes. Right, so let's take a look at Pro mode first. This is utilising PSSR, which is a little bit notorious at the moment for sometimes being great and other times being not so great, shall we say. So let's see how it does. I've got HFR mode turned on this. This is only available on the PS5 Pro. So let's take a look. Well, that does look rather nice. It's hard to explain it sometimes. It's just, again, that little bit crisper, that little bit cleaner. It's like the graphics have been drawn with a finer pen or pencil, if you know what I mean. It does look very nice. Yeah, it's definitely a lot cleaner and crisper looking. I'll say a lot. This is all in relative terms from what was already a great picture anyway. So yeah, it does look really nice. Really nice. And I'm not seeing any of that PSSR shimmer either. Just taking a look around this very busy scene. Lots of smoke, lots of debris, lighting effects going on, stuff all over the place. Yeah, very nice. And the frame rate stays really high. Actually, that picture looks utterly fantastic, to be fair. Right, let's take a look at this Pro Max mode now and see what that's all about. Right, enhanced prioritized resolution mode, optimized for the PS5 Pro. This mode provides a higher frame rate, so it may actually look the same as this mode here, but with a even higher frame rate. So I'm not expecting this to particularly look any better. Yeah, it looks absolutely epic though, it really does. Yes, very gorgeous looking game. So let's stick in this mode for a minute and then get ourselves in a bit of trouble somewhere. Watch out!
That was close.
She's had better days than this.
Come here. Careful of your jump.
Right, let's crack on. Oh dear. She's definitely seen better days. Yeah, that didn't end well. I'm going to pay for that, matey boy.
Watch out! It's an unlisted Nativo. I'll handle this one.
Perfect parry by pressing L1 just before getting hit. Oh, I thought I locked in onto that, but obviously I didn't. There we go. A little dot confirms lock on. Retribution. Have some of this, mate. Yes, have it.
Watch out! There's more.
Yeah, it feels really good to play this with a nice high frame rate. Couldn't play this in that prioritized graphics mode on the PS5 with that 30 frames a second, whatever it was. Oh, have I gone too far? I think I have. Have a slice of that, mate. And she's out her arm doing it.
Are you alright?
Maybe.
My body frame
first aid. Thank you.
Thanking you.
There's more of them.
Right, so been in this mode now for a couple of minutes. Now let's switch back to the PS5 mode, which was the best, which was the balanced mode, and see what we think of that. Have a critter gone? Yeah, I think so. So let's switch back to that other PS5 mode. Balanced mode I thought was the best out of these two. Out of these three even. Let's have a little look around. Yeah, instantly it's just not quite as high a resolution. I've got to crack on. Oh no, I was being attacked. That's what that red thing meant, I think. Yeah, the frame rate's still good. Come on, Gil. Sort it out. Probably me. Doing bad.
Let's get out of here before more of them show up. You secured. Rendezvous point in sight. This way! Watch out for Gardner's interception.
It still looks good. It's a very, very nice looking game anyway, and the frame rate is still very nice like this, but it is definitely better in the Pro mode and that Pro Max mode. Couldn't see any PSSR faults. And it's just that little bit sharper, that little bit cleaner looking. Frame rate felt even better than this in the Pro Max mode. So really, really nice. Very impressed.
That was close. This isn't looking good. Let's
Isn't
go.
looking good. Well, the game's looking good, but the situation definitely isn't looking good for them people.
An Alpha Natiba. Let's
I'm not going to go too much further because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't played the game yet, because some spoilery stuff coming up soon. Oh, splat. That's gotta hurt.
My God.
A really nice looking game, even in this
Eve,
PS5 balanced mode.
pull yourself together.
But as I said, it's the the Pro Max mode and the Pro mode definitely just sharpens things up a bit more, cleans the image up a little bit more,
Completed our
and
mission.
the frame rate just feels that much better at the same
Now
time.
it's just up to us to see this mission through. Understand?
Right, so there it is. There's the video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you bashed that like and subscribe button. It really does help. I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen this game yet, because it's absolutely epic. Absolutely love it. But definitely another worthwhile addition to the PS5 Pro enhanced range of games. And thanks for watching, and bye for now.